All right, welcome to the Explainer. Over the next few minutes, we're going to totally reframe how you think about the ACT. We're going to turn that test day stress into a calm, confident point-scoring machine. So let's just dive right in. You know that feeling, right? You hear pencils down and your stomach just drops because you know there were questions at the end of that section that you totally could have gotten right. It is honestly the most frustrating thing about these tests. But here's the thing. What if the problem isn't what you know, but how you take the test? See, the ACT isn't just a knowledge test, it's a strategy game. And that's a game you can absolutely learn how to win. So let's start right there by flipping the script on how you approach this whole thing. This isn't about trying to work faster and getting all stressed out. No, it's about working smarter. It's about you taking control.
I want you to forget about the frantic race against time. That's over. From this moment on, you're on a hunt. You're a point hunter, and your mission is to track down and collect every single point that has your name on it. Starting with the easiest ones first.
So, how do we do that? Well, the foundation of this whole point hunting strategy is a super simple sorting system. It's called ACT triage, and it's all about putting every question into one of three buckets: now, later, or never. First up, your now questions. You see it, you get it, you solve it. Bam. Done. These are your bread and butter. You tackle these right away and you immediately start building momentum, building confidence, and, most importantly, banking points. Next are the later questions. You look at it and you're thinking, yeah, I could probably crack this, but it might take me a minute. The absolute key here is to skip it for now. And listen, this is not giving up. It's a strategic retreat. You're just flagging it to come back to later. And finally, we have the never questions. You read it and just nothing. Your mind is a total blank. And you know what? That is completely okay. The plan is to not waste a single precious second on these questions right now. Just mark it and move on. Trust me, we have a plan for them later. So how does all this come together on test day? Well, this whole now, later, never framework is the engine that drives a really simple but incredibly powerful approach: the two-pass system. This is your game plan. And it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. You're going to go through each section of the test, not once, but twice. That first pass is your speed round. The second pass is your thinking round. And what's really cool is how you're using two totally different mindsets. On that first pass, you have to be ruthless. Your only goal is to nail every single now question and skip anything else without a second thought. Then, you come back for the second pass. This is your cleanup crew, where you tackle those later questions using your real brain power, and you start with the easiest of the bunch. Seriously, just think of that first pass as your insurance policy. It is your safety net. By grabbing all those easy points right up front, you completely eliminate that horrible feeling of running out of time before getting to a question at the end that you knew how to do. Okay, but what about those later questions you still can't quite figure out? Or what about that whole pile of never questions we skipped? Well, this is where we stop just randomly guessing and start guessing like a genius. And we do that with a classic for a reason: the process of elimination, or POE. Instead of desperately searching for the one right answer among the choices, you're going to flip the script. You're going to go on the attack and hunt for the answers that are definitely wrong. Now, here's why this is so incredibly effective. It's almost always easier to spot why an answer is wrong than it is to prove one is 100% right. And every single choice you cross out, man, it just swings the odds way, way in your favor. Going from a 1 in 4 shot to a 1 in 3, or even better, a 50-50 toss-up, that's a huge deal. And now for the ultimate never question pro tip. When you've used POE and you're still totally lost, or let's say you've got 10 seconds left and a block of empty bubbles, do not guess randomly. Don't do it. Pick a letter of the day, let's just say it's B, and fill in B for every single remaining answer. Statistically, you will score more points this way than if you just randomly bubble in A, C, D, B. So if you chant one thing to yourself on test day, let it be this: don't get stuck. Because getting stuck costs you time. And on the ACT, time literally equals points. Every second you burn on a monster question is a second you can't spend snagging an easy point somewhere else. Okay, let's put it all together now. We're going to combine all these pieces into one single, clear, and powerful game plan that you can take with you on test day. Look at this. This is your roadmap. It is a 3-phase attack. Phase 1, the first pass. It is all about speed, banking those easy now points. Phase 2, the second pass. This is for thinking, carefully working through those later questions. And finally, Phase 3, the final guess. That's your endgame, using POE and your letter of the day to squeeze out every last possible point. And that's really the whole magic of this system. Every single question on the ACT, whether it's super easy or insanely hard, is worth exactly the same, 1 point. So this system just forces you to invest your time where you'll get the biggest return on the questions you're most likely to get right. So by making this one shift in your mindset, from a frantic race to a strategic hunt, you take all the power back. You're not a victim of the clock anymore. You're a player who knows the rules of the game and has a strategy to win. You're ready for this.